Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. And as you can see, I've got the hat, I've got the thicker top on, which means it's a little bit chilly where I'm filming. So apologies for that, guys. I'd love to wear a football shirt, but this is about videos, this is about the shirts. And despite everything I've said in recent videos, we've got a whole bunch, of new shirts that have come in that we just had to share with you. So we've got 4 shirts today, all of which have, you know, a good solid meaning for me and my collecting objectives. So we'll start, cast your mind back to a delayed Euro competition a couple of years ago. And we've got one of the home nation shirts here. We've got the Scotland 2020 Euro shirt. Now, we did have this shirt in our collection initially. I think I picked this up earlier in the year, and I subsequently moved it on for one very reason, which was I was waiting for this shirt to come up. And a good friend on Instagram drew my attention to this. So this shirt is an XXL, but for me, this is staying in the collection. So that's great. You can see here, we've got the Euro patches there and the Respect logo there. So really delighted. And as you can see, we've got a number 3 there, which means absolutely the tie into Liverpool, my team, Andy Robertson, number 3. And for me, this is ideal. The patches, the name set on the shirt, and I really like this Scotland shirt. I like what's going on the underlying pattern. You've got these slight wavy lines going on there, but I really love the sleeves. I've always had my eye on this. Of all the Scotland shirts, I think this one really stood out for me. So to add this to the collection is great, and to add it to the collection with Andy Robertson on there is brilliant. So we will try and stick that up there. So a new international shirt. I think I paid about £25 for that, which I think is great, because had I kept the original shirt, just to buy the name set alone probably would have cost me £15 to £20, plus the patches, application. All of a sudden you're spending a lot of money. So for me, that is an absolute bargain. Now, the next up, if you haven't already, check out this video here, which was our trip to Austria to see the Austrian Bundesliga top of the table clash between Lask and Sturm Graz. Now, we have a couple of Lask shirts in the collection, but I felt it was time to change that. And I wanted a shirt as a bit of a memento to say, well, you know, this is a team that I've seen in person at a European game. Now, if you haven't already, check out Whatnot. Whatnot is a platform through which a number of shirt sellers auction shirts off. I so happened to have put a post out probably 3 or 4 months ago with a referral link. Somebody actually used it. So unbeknown to me, I had £10 credit in my account. So I went on to one of the streams one evening to see what shirts were available and whether I could grab myself a bargain with my £10 off. And we got it. Look at this. Now, you won't all necessarily recognise this, although a number of you will be familiar with that logo, but this is the Sturm Graz 2001-2002, I think away, maybe 3rd shirt here. Now, there's a slight bit of bobbling on here, as you'd expect. It's, you know, it's a 23-year-old shirt here. There's a slight pull there that I've noticed. But all in all, it's in really good condition. There's a bit of slight damage there around the sleeve sponsor. But actually, I don't mind, because this shirt, I think, in the auction went for £32. So for me, it was £22 net with my £10 credit, which I think for a 23-year-old shirt is great. And a shirt that is a memento for me that's going to stay in the collection. Now, as you can see, a lot going on here. Puma manufactured. I've always been drawn to the Sturm Graz kits because of the sponsor. I love beer brewery sponsors. But I didn't know this at the time. It also came with a name set. Now, I've not gone and done my research, so I can't say whether this is an authentic name set or not. It is that felty one, so maybe it is, maybe. And as you can see there, Rojas, a little bit of research tells me that that's a Chilean defender by the name of Francisco Rojas, who was with Sturm Graz, I think, from about 2001 through to 2005. So that was a bonus for me to get a name set on it as well. So a really, really nice shirt for me there. Let's try and get that up there. An unexpected purchase, but an opportune purchase, especially where I got to save money. Now, the next shirt, I saw on a video on YouTube, and I think the YouTuber was doing videos showing some of the bargains his viewers had seen, and a shirt popped up, and I think at the time he said, oh, the viewer picked it up for €30, which he felt was a phenomenal price, complete with patches and a legendary name set. And I looked at the shirt and I thought, I've got a few shirts from this club in the collection, and I've always had an intention to add a name set, but the name sets can be quite hard to get hold of, the authentic ones, or where you can, they're not cheap. And I've always sort of played around with, is it worth it? By the time I've paid for the name set and the application, put it all in. So I thought, well, I'll bide my time. There's a lot of shirts of this guy going around, and I particularly like the colours of this shirt. So let me give you the shirt first and foremost, and you will see straight away. Barcelona 2016-2017 third shirt. These really striking colours, but you can see there the Liga patch. Really nice contrasting colours as you go down through the shirt. That's sort of what I would describe as aquamarine there. Nike manufactured. Qatar Airways. Now, when I turn around and show you the name set, personally, I think, you know, we should have had a more bolder colour there. You can't really see that. But you've guessed it. And would you believe it? I don't have a Barcelona shirt with this name set on. So this is the first. We do have a PSG one. So you've guessed it. We've got that Messi name set. Now, I think this is a fantastic shirt. I really love the name sets, and I've always wanted to make sure I've got a Messi shirt in the collection. So when I saw this on Vinted, it looked a really good price actually, and I reached out, as I always do with shirts, and I always would encourage you to do this, to say, can I have a look at the product tags? And the guy came back and said, I've cut them out because they were itching me when I wore it, but I bought it on kit bag. Oh, alarm bell started ringing. I thought, oh, here we go. Anyway, he sent me a photo, and thankfully the top code, or the top digits on the Nike product label, were still there. So I thought, right, let's go and have a look. So I went onto eBay, I went onto other channels where shirts were being sold, and looking at genuine items to look at the product labels. And the first product label that was coming up wasn't corresponding with that top line. And I was like, oh, such a shame, because it looks... And then Classic Football Shirts put up a post, and then there was a post on about 3 other auctions with a product code with a slightly different one. Now, I can only assume it's a difference between the variations of the shirt. And there was a corresponding number at the top, which correlated with what was on this shirt. So, phew. So I went back to the guy and I went, not ideal that you've cut the label. I've had to do a bit of research, but would you take an offer on it? And he accepted it. So I picked this shirt up for £25, which I think is an absolute steal for a Messi shirt. As I say, it always pays to check out, because there are a lot of non-genuine items out there. Interestingly, the same guy is selling 2 more Barcelona shirts. He's done the same thing, and I'm unsure whether to add them. I think one of them is the blue 2017-18 shirt with the darker blue collar. But anyway, finally, I've got the most exciting shirt delivery I've had for a few weeks now. I support Liverpool as my main team, and we're building a collection of Liverpool shirts. We're back to the 90s now. It's getting expensive. This shirt came up, and I looked at the price and I thought, that seems a good price. Anyway, I reached out to the seller, and he said, look, there is a little bit of blemish on it. He said, there's a few pulls. He sent me photos. He said, also, it's an Adidas equipment, and he said a couple of letters are missing. So I've reflected that in the price. Now, when you bear in mind what this shirt can sell for, and I've got the away equivalent of this shirt, and I know what I paid for that, it felt actually the done thing to do was to add it to the collection. So there you go. Now, I'm going to go on record to say there are a couple of holes at the bottom of this shirt which are not ideal. And yeah, they're probably slightly worse than what the photo showed. But generally speaking, this is the 90, I think it's the 92-93 Liverpool home shirt. So we're knocking on for 30 years now. Now, I'm not going to wear this shirt. because, let me double check. It's a large, so I probably could get away with it just. But for me, this is a memory because I had this shirt as a child. Well, I say a child, I was a teenager. And I want to build that collection up. And I know not every shirt is going to be perfect, because to have the perfect shirt in the collection is going to cost me money. So when I got hold of this shirt, my attitude was, generally speaking, the shirt is in good condition. You know, it's that classic Adidas equipment with the stripe there. The sponsor's in good nick. Yes, there are two small letters, the E and the, or both E's actually, from Adidas equipment. There are a few pulls, but most of the blemish, other than one pull here, is at the bottom of the shirt. Now this is going to go on a hanger with a protector, and it's going to go into my wardrobe with all my other Liverpool shirts. It's not going to be worn. Actually, there's a little bit of stitching come right there, but it's a memory. Now I would have paid probably close to £100, possibly more, for a really good condition shirt. I paid £45 for this. Now when you compare that to a brand new shirt in today's money and today's market, I think that's a real bargain. And what it does is it means that I save some money that I can put towards another 90s Liverpool shirt. So that's the way certainly my brain works. I've got a number of Liverpool shirts in my collection that I would say are not great condition. They're in the collection with, I guess, the intention at a later date to replace those and upgrade those. I might do that if ever I'm in a position where I can with this one, but I know this will hold some value and I would recoup what I paid out. But there you go, really delighted to get this shirt in the collection. Let us know what you think about these shirts, guys. I think it's been a good few weeks, if I'm honest with you. I'm really pleased. For someone who's been trying to limit what they buy, all these shirts were funded through the sale of some of my collection. So it's cost me nothing in terms of my current income. There's a net zero here. And I'm really happy because they hit the brief across the board. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. And we've got another video dropping next week. We've picked up 4 match-worn shirts over the last month, so we want to show you those. But until then, guys, happy collecting. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again really soon.